Right, guys, welcome to episode 49. On this episode, we have Milkie from Wargasm.
On this podcast, we talk all about Wargasm, embracing lockdown, all the virtual online tours they did, as well as Milkie's hot takes on some cinematic classics that will grind some of your gears, but it's fair. Horror movies and much, much more.
And it's a good one, so make sure you give it all a thorough listen. And whilst you're at it, if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to go check out Wargasm on all of their socials. And whilst you're at it, why don't you go and check out all the previous 48 episodes, plus bonus episodes, plus Horror Fest, plus everything else that we've done in almost 2 years on all of our platforms that we shove this podcast on, and also on YouTube, so you can see our lovely faces from certain episodes into like 31 that we do from. But anyway, you can listen to them on YouTube. And whilst you're at that, because you seem to have so much free time whilst you listen to all of our podcasts, why don't you join our Discord as well, where you can speak to us and post pictures of your coffee and
I thought you was going to say something else then. Like, I thought, what are you saying with a cough? I was like, well, I don't know what hidden server you're on, but I'm sure not seeing that section.
It's the private account.
Oh, don't post dick pics on our Discord, and
please don't.
Enjoy this episode with Milkie. Jesus, Enjoy. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you doing? I'm good, thank you.
Good. Soaking up some sun while we could, but thank you for joining us.
Just a little bit, and then my next door neighbors decided to have their 6-person party, and I was like, okay, I'll go back inside now. It's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy for them personally, you know.
To have people round at this.
To have 6 friends.
Yeah.
Yes. It lasted.
So I'm going to jump straight into questions, but given we've just mentioned COVID regulations, being a band pretty early 2019 and then getting hit with a speed bump of COVID, you seem to be busting out and not stopping with content and, you know, killer tracks. How did you embrace lockdown?
I mean, it's kind of thing where you can't really stop, or you kind of drown, you know, like, so it wasn't really an option for us to not kind of keep cranking out the content that we have been. And we were very lucky that at the beginning of lockdown in 2020, Sam and I didn't live together at that time, but we do now. But we decided to go to my family house in Ireland for the beginning of lockdown because my mum was actually stuck in America at the time. So it was a completely empty house. So I thought, let's just go there, be by the seaside, you know, have time to create and write. And in the first 2 weeks when we got there, that was when we wrote Rage All Over and Backyard Bastards. And it was kind of just all that literally like pent up anger and energy of the initial blow that pushed us to start writing those kind of songs. And, you know, we shot the Spit video on a green screen and everything like that. And then when we were able to make it back to London, luckily our photographer Jess moved down to London as well, so she's literally just around the corner from us now. So we've been bubbling with her, and we literally just shoot content like on this white wall here in our living room. So that's kind of how we've managed to keep going. We've kind of thrived, I'd say, which I'm thankful for, but it wasn't an option to not, you know.
Yeah. You weren't stopping until you do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing about you guys in particular, where it's some sort of like endurance about it, where like there's a lot of bands that are like, oh, well, I can't do anything, but you're like, fuck it, let's just keep going.
I mean, even when we were separated from Ryan, our drummer, you know, we were doing lots of the online festivals where we send our bits over and do it separately. But yeah, that was difficult and long, and I couldn't be bothered to do any more of those. I'm not gonna lie. We did so many, and I'm just like.
What is it about them that put you off him? Because
it's just like, so we did a whole online tour with Youngblood, and we filmed the whole thing in the Oslo in Hackney. So we did it on a stage to know people, obviously, but it's the same with all of them. It's like 3 days of really difficult, tough, like editing work and performance work and filming work for so little payoff and like no pay usually. Like I understand like a lot of them are for charity and that's totally fine, but it gets to a certain point when it's very time consuming for us and we can't really do other stuff while we're making the online shows. So it just gets to a point where it's like I can't really do these anymore. And also, you know, we don't have that many songs and we've played them all a lot of times and we've been as creative as we can with trying to mix it up, and also we don't have that many different backdrops. So
It's true.
Did you feel like it was a... Sorry, Mark, go on. Sorry.
Just say, I love Zoom. Just talk us through the term of online tour then. So is it that essentially you do multiple variations of your set, or is it that just that you have the one set that you've done?
We had 3 sets: set A, set B, set C. And then I think for that show, there was like 16 dates. So they're all aired. Basically, it's just aired by time zone, I think it was. And you just buy tickets for your specific time zone.
Right.
But we had three different sets. So we rotated different songs. And then, you know, we did hello, Chicago, hello, London, hello, Brighton, whatever, for all the different shows and everything, and dropped that in and edited in. And so we ended up playing the set however many times in a row. And it's quite long and complicated and not quite like the real thing, obviously, but it's pretty much an actuality you have to deal with now.
So I saw as well with the festivals that you played, you got into like 5 for 5 Fest, Download Festival, and Not Fest, which is pretty crazy considering obviously it's like your first year as like a band. Like
I was so stoked about Not Fest. I was so stoked about that one, to be honest. That was a great night. We were actually in the studio that day, and our mind blank. Our publishers have offices in the studios that we work in, so we managed to watch it with like some of our team, and it was just fun. And there was some of our other like friends bands that were on it as well, and it was a super great lineup, and I was really stoked to be on that one as well because obviously massive fucking Slipknot fan.
Yeah.
And I was really happy for that one. But it's weird adapting to playing shows where you have a live comment stream.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
Never gonna like that. Can't handle that much criticism right to my face. The thing is, with online festivals, people online will be so vocal about something if they don't like it. It's completely different to as it is in real life. Like in real life, if someone doesn't like your set, they'll just walk away and not say anything. They'll move to the different tent. But if they do like it, they'll be really vocal about it. But it's the complete opposite online. So if someone doesn't like what you did, they'll be so vocal about it. But the even if it is a majority that actually liked your set, it won't sound like a majority. So it's just like such a brain fuck. I don't like it.
Well, it was the same with 5 for 5 Fest, where they had like the comment stream. And I was like, it's a bit toxic. It's the same concept as like having the dislike thumbs down on YouTube, isn't it? Where it's like, it's irrelevant. There's no point knowing that someone didn't like it.
I disagree though with the YouTube thing, because whenever we
get
a dislike on one of our podcasts, I'm like, yes, we did something worse. Reacted. You know?
This is true. This is what I'm saying. It's like you went out so much out of your way to say that you didn't like it. Like I think YouTube hate comments is the same. It's like you really scrolled down, decided you didn't like it, and decided to take time out of your day to comment. Like that's a compliment in itself. No.
That's it. Someone's gone out their own way to watch something that they knew they didn't like before they watched it, and then decided to comment negatively about it. It's like, why?
Haters.
It's pure effort. If anything, it's more effort than actually liking it.
Right? Don't get it.
Do you feel like negative comments? Like, how do you take negative comments? Do you feel like they get focused on a bit too much? Because I know people are so quick to do it. Like,
I'm not really that fussed. It's different when it's like when it is the live comment stream for one of your things that you're performing, because it's like it's very direct criticism, but kind of general criticism. I'm not really that fussed, to be honest, because I'm like, I don't know you. I don't really respect your opinion or care about what you have to say. So it's like Twitter trolls. It's like, I don't know you or respect you, so why should I care about what you have to say about me or my art? Also, if you're not making anything that's better than my art, like you have absolutely no right to chat shit. So
completely agree. That's the reason I asked, is because when I listen to Wargasm and watch the videos and stuff, that's the feeling of I don't give a fuck. This is what you're getting, you know. So
pretty much.
That's a weird question.
No, it was good. That's pretty much it. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there.
I think the 1975 embraced it though, because they had a music video where they put all the negative comments everyone's ever said about them in the background on like a flashing big thing on it. Yeah, just so everyone can see it.
They were
So,
also in like a sexy glass cube, which I thought was fun. I
yeah.
like that. I like that video.
What song was it? I can't
Love
remember.
Me.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Love Me.
Yeah. It's a creative way, isn't it, to tell them to basically fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn them fuck offs into art.
So going,
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
going from the online festivals, how was your first headline gig socially distanced?
Weird. It was weird, but it was so much better than I'd expected it to be honest. Like you could just tell, even though everyone was like sitting like in their little bubbles, like 2 meters apart from people on chairs, they were still headbanging and like singing all the lyrics. And you could just see that everyone was so happy to be at something. Doesn't matter what it was. Everyone was just happy to be around like-minded people again. And yeah, it wasn't as awkward as I thought it would be at all. Like people were super into it. It was kind of just like a normal headline show, just no one could touch each other. But no, it was weird also doing, like 2 shows in one day. We did a matinee and then we did a later show after that. But it like just when Spit came around, I was just kind of blown off my fucking feet. Like it was obviously it's like Wargasm is my first originals project. This is my first band essentially. So it kind of just blew my mind, and seeing people in the t-shirts and just seeing one thing that I always love about our shows is the range of fans in the crowd. Like there is always going to be those old metal dudes. They're always going to be there. And then there's like the guys in like the Avenged Sevenfold t-shirts. And then like there's the sick little fangirls, and they're just, everyone is always there. It always checks out every single demographic of like fans that I love. And I'm like, I love that. It was they were some very special shows, and I can't wait to do actual real headlines soon.
Fingers crossed, yeah. How did the planning come to be then for them 2 shows? Was it just a quick last minute thing when you got the chance, obviously when the regulations got lifted?
Yeah, so they'd actually been pushed a bunch of times. We'd been trying to do socially distant shows for months because there was other bands doing as well. So we're like, that's a good idea. Let's try to do that.
Yeah.
Then obviously things got shut down and reopened up again. So it just happened to be in the time when stuff had opened up and eased and they were actually allowed at that point. So it kind of just, fell at the right timing. And again, like I said, like everyone was just happy to be going to something at all. I think we got it literally just a week before everything shut down again. So we were very lucky with it.
Jealous. No, I've not been to a show since last February. I think it was the Main was my last show, so I'm in need of one now, even if it's a sit down show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd fancy going to it. There's some who else? Is there anyone else doing some later on this year, some socially distant shows, or Sleep Token not meant to be doing some in Birmingham?
Oh, I hope so.
I think they were. I think that would be a good sit down show as well, because they're like good sit down music, like good to listen to in a sitting down atmosphere.
I think you could get away with that.
Yeah, totally.
Different perspectives at a gig. Like when I sit down, I feel like I'm sat back enjoying the
the experience
of the full show. But then when I'm standing, it's moshing. So
exactly, yeah,
it's the best of both worlds.
Yes, there's some bands that would really lend themselves to socially distanced gigs like that, where you can actually get everyone to sit down and stuff like that. Like actually, I think Loathe were meant to do some at the Jazz Cafe, but I actually think that would be good. Like obviously at a Loathe gig you want to mosh, but like I wouldn't mind going and sitting down at a Loathe gig, to be fair.
Imagine a Rammstein gig, just all socially distanced.
I'd like to see that. That
would be an experience.
He'd still manage to piss on everyone, like.
Oh yeah, physically. Easy. And the pyrotechnics, you could just bring some bread with you, hold it up, and
snacks.
Toast.
Sweet. Take one of them like popcorn packets from microwaves and just like throw it up.
By the time I come back down, instant snack.
Full pack. It's like, yes.
And also confetti. It's a perfect show.
We're on to something here, boys.
Dragon's Den, pitch. Do you find though? I don't know if it's just me, but I love standing up at gigs, but I also now don't mind being further back at shows when I'm standing. I feel like I've got to the point now where I'm not like, I have to be at the front like I was like when I was like 14. I was like, closer the better. But now
I've
I'm kind of
experienced
like,
enough bruised ribs, and like hip bones. Like I'm getting too old for that.
in it.
But
Too old for that shit.
I'm still happy to work my way to the front of a mosh pit, though. Like totally, but it depends. I did actually. I went to one of the last shows of 2020 that I went to was While She Sleeps headline at Brixton, and I did kind of like usually, I'd be in the pit for the full thing, but I managed to like. I took until they did Brainwashed, and then I was like straight in, and then I came back out again, had a drink, chilled. It's good. You can find the right dynamic now. You don't have to feel like
There's
you
a
need to
balance.
constantly be in the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a balance, definitely.
Enjoy the show. Take it in.
Dad it, as I like to say. Just do like a
Dad it.
dad
Just a subtle
cross.
nod.
Just like, all right, cool.
it.
Oh, man.
So, whilst we're on the topic of shows, let's talk about sound then. So, obviously, Wargasm, I kind of consider it as really authentic and unique in sound, but obviously heavily influenced, which you'd probably agree, by new metal. Was that something that you'd say naturally came into it, or was it from the get-go you were kind of like, I want this sort of feel to it?
Oh my god, no! When we started writing songs together, we're writing pop punk songs and like alt rock songs and shit, and we did the rounds of like a lot of different genres till we kind of found one that felt right, and we settled into it and started just exploring from there. So it wasn't something that we set out to do outright or did on purpose. It kind of just happened, I guess, and it's bound to happen when you have two people that just constantly listen to Limp Bizkit at 3 a.m. when they're drinking together. Like it's bound to happen. But no, the influences are definitely there.
Yeah. I was going to say that Sam's previously from Dead. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So me and Mai watched them when they supported Young Guns years ago. And I was like, that's a sick band. And it was nice that all of a sudden I noticed, like, I thought he looked familiar. And then I looked into it and I was like, this is sick that he's progressed into this. Because that adds like such a raw feel to it. And then he's moved into this where it's still got that sort of energy to it. But it's like you bringing in the synths, you bring in the heavy bits. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really funny. There's a photo of Sam's old band when they played the 100 Club on like one of their last tours, and you can see me in the crowd, like up on someone's shoulder taking a photo. Way. Yeah, didn't actually know Sam at that time. We'd never spoken. my ex was just a big fan. He was like, "You come to see this band," and I was like, "Fine, let's go." And then the rest is history.
That's got to be one of like your single covers or an album cover.
Eventually, one day, yeah.
That's sick. Speaking of the sound then, when it comes to writing a track, do you decide to start with themes or is it experimentation? Where does it begin? Is it always different?
It usually begins with a theme or a concept, really, or like an influence. So if we like watch a film and we're like, right, I want to write a song that is meant to be sounds as if it's from that film or something, or just a riff is usually a good starting point for us. Or just a person, maybe we'll want to write a song from like a point of view of a person or like about a person. It's all that kind of stuff. I don't think we don't usually start with lyrics. Lyrics are something that definitely come later in the stage, unless it's like one specific line. Like for Backyard Bastards, I definitely knew, right, I want to do, it was actually influenced by one of my friends, Millie, her name is Girly, and she wrote this amazing song called Friday Night Big Screen, and it's just all film references. And I was like, right, I want to do one like that too, nice. But like all with badass women from film. So that's where my inspiration for the Backyard Bastards second verse came from, with all the film references. So it's all mostly stuff like that, but we're very influenced by like a lot of the films that we watch and TV shows and stuff like that.
You're a huge film fan, aren't you?
I mean, I do.
We should speak about that because
we should expand on that.
The reason you're on this podcast is after Ryan from Karma spoke to you, immediately he was like, Milkie's a huge horror fan.
See, the thing is, I wouldn't call myself like a film buff or anything. I just really like to watch a lot of films, and I like to talk about them as well. So it may seem like you may think that I know more than I actually do. Like there's a lot of like old classics that I haven't seen. I only just watched Scarface like 2 weeks ago. Also, fucking waste of time. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like the two best bits about that film are that fucking yellow caddy with the leopard interiors and the final scene. That's like the two best bits of the film. But anyway, yeah, I have lots of controversial film opinions, so we can just keep them rolling if you want to keep going.
Yeah,
definitely.
Haven't seen The Godfather either, so
me either.
there we go.
No.
Oh, it's two of you.
Yeah.
What?
To be fair, you're gonna have a spare like 3 hours. I mean, if you want to watch all three, then you've got to have at least like 10 hours spare.
Do you think it's? Would you recommend like a double triple feature, or take some space between them?
I don't know. I'd recommend maybe watching the first two back to back, and then you probably get to the third one if you want to.
Then take a week and then watch the third one.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I find this this trilogy, it's called like the first one's called Before Sunset, and I'm usually not really big into like romance films, but holy fuck, it's about these two people and they meet on a train, which obviously I'm like, oh my god, that wouldn't happen now. And it makes me really sad, but it's like they meet on a train and then they end up spending the evening together, and it's really dialogue heavy and not a lot really happens. It's just them getting to know each other, but it's a trilogy, and I literally watched all three of them in the one night because I was so in love with the films. So I think that's the last time I binged a trilogy. Probably the only time ever. Actually, no, I was forced to binge Lord of the Rings with Sam when we were in Ireland, and he was like, right, extended editions, let's go. And I was like, I want the company, so I'm gonna sit and fucking watch this. Don't like Lord of the Rings. Here we go. That's my second controversial hot take of the podcast.
I was going to say, seen it.
Yeah, because you got the Hobbit as well. You got the Hobbit to go after that.
Oh, so unnecessarily long. The best bit about the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy is that bit when the guy's daughter comes on the horse and kills the guy, and she's like, "I am no man," and stabs him in the face, and then everything explodes. That's the best bit. That's literally, it kind of makes the whole thing worth watching. I know Sam can hear me right now in his bedroom, and he's like,
slagging off Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no. Not for me. I like robots, not hobbits.
To be fair, 3 films about walking is ambitious. So,
yeah.
To say the least, yeah. Aragorn's hot, though, so I'll allow it. And Liv Tyler, like, Jesus.
He looks completely different now, the dude that plays Aragon.
Does he?
Yeah, still hot, but...
Aged like a fine wine, I imagine. But...
Yeah, I always find that Liv Tyler's always in the tragic films as well, like Armageddon, and like she's always that sort of damsel in distress character on every single one of them.
She's good in Empire Records, though. Empire Records is a good Liv Tyler film.
I've never seen that one.
No.
She works in a record store.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty good. That's pretty much it's like nothing happens but vibes.
Record store sold me. It's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, so to jump back onto it anyway, talking about you guys playing and touring and that, you've got like a few big tours coming up, not to mention so like the Youngblood tour and the Creeper tour. Like, you must be buzzing for that once we finally get to it. Obviously, hopefully, if we're still going to be...
Don't put it out into the universe. Don't even say that. No negativity here. Thank you.
Touch wood. But yeah, are you guys prepping for that? Or are you ready to go?
I am so fucking ready to tour. It's not even funny at this point. Like,
yeah.
I miss Germany, man. I fucking miss Germany, and I miss their fucking good catering. I miss German sound guys. They're always really good. And
we hear this a lot, actually, because I know that Alex Smith, one of our friends, he does the Hardcore project, and obviously the hardcore scene over in Germany is massive. I know the music scene in general is, but he always says about how like kind people are over there, and like
Germany's fucking best. Honestly, I really, Cologne is fucking brilliant to play shows in. Obviously, Berlin is just class as well, but Germany, our merch girl Tess is German, so she always has a good time.
What would you say the best show you've played so far?
Actually, yeah, when we did the Airways tour, Cologne was really good. Actually, our our first show ever in Paris was a bit of a weird one. Obviously, it was our first show as a band, and I didn't expect anyone to know who we were. And people showed up in Wargasm t-shirts, and I was like, "What the
Nice.
fuck?"
Yeah.
And Mama Roo's on Halloween was a good one. We were like, right, Halloween, we have to dress up. Everyone's gonna be dressed up. It's Birmingham, you know. So Sam and Ryan did the corpse paint, and I dressed up as like a demonic cheerleader, and I was like, fuck yeah, I can't wait. We walked out, no one was dressed up, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are you all so fucking boring? I was like, come on, Birmingham, you need to match the energy. Why is everyone wearing normal clothes? I mean, it's fine. We look hotter and sexier than you, but like, come on, you need to give me something. But it's fine.
We made the mistake of doing that once, didn't we, Matt? If we played a gig and we decided to dress up all of us as horror characters.
Oh, fuck me, yeah.
So we had Michael Myers. Well, we had Michael Myers, Jason. It was you, Matt, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember. Binnington was like Ghostface, but anyway, I had the whole like Michael Myers suit on, trying to play in this mask, and it was the worst thing ever.
Grave
and I
mistake.
came off and I was like, how the fuck does Slipknot do this? Like,
Right?
have they been doing it for so long? Because I was sweating in that mask.
Yeah, they just
Not-
live
not
for the
just
crust,
do
don't
it.
they?
Not just do it, but
Excel at it. Excel at
Their
it.
energy is unmatched.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit silly. Yeah, the Slipknot was another one of the final shows I
Same.
saw in 2020. It was my first time seeing Slipknot. It was at the
Yeah.
That was my last
O2,
gig
I
as
think.
well. Yeah.
Huh. Crazy shit.
It's just intense, isn't it? Like, there's no
It's just-
way, like...
It's so intense, especially after watching like their shows on YouTube for years. Like I'd
Yeah.
never seen them, and I was like just so fucking excited about it.
It's scary at the same time as well. I ended up in the mosh pit for people who post shit at Download Festival. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't
Nearly
know
come out and
why.
the leg was nearly in two.
I don't know why I didn't go to Download Fest that year. I can't remember what I was doing, but I don't think I was doing much because I remember like looking at my phone and I was like, oh shit, it's Download weekend. I was like, Slipknot playing. Why the fuck aren't I there?
Yeah.
And I regret it so much. Oh, but you know I am happy about it. Iron Maiden are back on the headlining for Download. Thank fuck.
See, people complain about that. You can never really satisfy anyone because every time I see Download changing or adding different people to the bill, like Iron Maiden or Kiss, you get those people who like just don't want them there, and it's like, well, you know what I mean? They're kind of like the pioneers of rock. Do you know what I mean? These
Who
guys-
doesn't want to see the
on
Trooper
board.
live with like 50,000 sweaty metalheads? Does that not sound really fun? Like,
And then Bruce Dickinson
It's
flying
just
What?
flying over their heads.
seeing them in that atmosphere as well, though. Like I'm not a huge Iron Maiden fan or like a massive Kiss fan, but fuck me, I would love to see him in a festival atmosphere.
oh yeah,
Instead of
absolutely.
seeing them.
I have also been subjected to watching Death on the Road 2005 of the Iron Maiden live set several times because Sam is probably the biggest Iron Maiden fan on earth. So that it's funny because I didn't really care when they weren't booked for the second year or for the like rescheduled lineup. But then now that I am a bigger fan now after being
Yeah.
subjected to them for living with Sam for a year, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, nice. It's amazing. It's so camp. Like he just runs around on stage in a fucking like cape, like screaming about war and like, oh god, it's so good. I love it. Oh.
I think Rob Zombie was one that was, I think, brilliant the last time I saw him at Download Festival. Though he's just always a standout one with his shows and that.
Zombies like stage presence and the party he creates is so fun.
Do love to party. Love a good party.
Speaking of partying, that download, I'm going off on a tangent, but Aerosmith were playing, and I remember Matty was like, Aerosmith are about to start, and before I'd like turned to see him, he was gone, just
Me.
crowd surfing. It
Me.
was amazing.
You
I've
got to
pray-
enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. I've been pretty much listening exclusively to Aerosmith for the past 3 days because we just got Guitar Hero Aerosmith and it's rekindled my love.
Yes.
Nice.
It's rekindled
Yes.
my love. Every time I post that I'm playing Guitar Hero on my story, everyone's like, "Oh, what a throwback!" And I'm like, "We do this every Friday. Like, this is not in the past. This is not nostalgia. This is right now, baby."
Every day.
Yeah, literally.
It is my life.
Yeah, still on the Xbox 360. Fuck it.
That is crazy thinking that was that long ago now when it was like the big Guitar Hero phase and there was like one every year and then there was like alternative versions and then there was rock bands and then
Listen,
it's just
Mark my words. As soon as we get rich and famous, I'm going to demand, who is it? Ubisoft or is it Activision?
Ubisoft. I think it's Ubisoft. Isn't it?
I'm going to demand that Ubisoft make me like a master disc of like, I'll make them a playlist. I want a master disc of like every good song in like Guitar Hero version.
If you had to choose 5,
I want a Fallout Boy Guitar Hero. Like so badly. I want to be Joe Troman.
What would be the 5 songs you'd pick immediately, Milky, for your ultimate Guitar Hero disc?
Oh. Well, first of all, like there's no Britney Spears Guitar Hero, but there should be, because she brings riffs. Trust me, they're in there. Like, also, top 5 songs. I don't know top 5 songs, but I'll give you top 5 bands. So I want a Fallout Boy Guitar Hero.
Okay.
And I want a pop Guitar Hero of like all the pop songs with like heavy guitars, because there's so many good ones, and I want that in my life. And I could probably do a Slipknot Guitar Hero as well. What ones have we got? We've got Metallica and we've got Aerosmith. What else is there out in the world? Oh, you're putting me on the spot, and my mind's going crazy.
Myself, if I'm honest with you, yeah.
I don't know. I just want that fucking master disc. That's all I want in my life. Just everything, every single song, and then just play it at every single after party in the world.
Yeah, that's how to start.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Party.
Exactly.
That'd be so sick. That'd be incredible.
That would be the party.
They used to add the other songs onto the Guitar Hero Live, though, didn't they? Where you could add whatever songs on there, or they kept updating it, and then eventually it just stopped because I think they just stopped with all the rights and stuff for it. But you guys could have ended up on there if they would have carried on.
Wargasm Guitar Hero.
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure you can like program your own thing in, but it's only on PC.
Right.
I don't think they do it for other consoles, which is annoying.
So someone's gonna go do that.
But one day.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the spit riff because that's all that's ever stuck in my head lately.
Those 4 notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Thank you.
That's been the past week. That's been the soundtrack.
A question I do have is, when shows return, are you planning on hitting anyone in the face with your bass again?
It was an accident. He didn't move. I told him to move and he didn't move.
I've not heard this. Do you want to?
Yeah. Elaborate on this.
So we were playing Deaf Institute. The headline band, who will not be named, didn't want to strike the kit, and you know how small that stage is. So we had to fit our kit at the front of the stage. Sam and I couldn't even get to each other because the kick drum came right out to the very edge of the stage, and I looked to my left, and there was like a 3-meter drop, however tall that stage is, and I had about 30 centimeters this way. Ryan's cymbal was like right in my ear, and I was like, this is totally safe. Anyway, last song, I was like, oh my god, fuck this, jump. I was like, everyone move, I'm jumping into the crowd, there's not enough room on this stage. And I looked at this guy and I was like, move, and didn't move, and he got a face full of my headstock. So and I was like, fuck, is this kid gonna fucking sue me? I was like, shit. Turns out he was a fan, and he like brought me a shot afterwards, and he was like, that was so sick, thank you. So thank God he was one of ours, you know.
And he's made some merch now, so.
We have, he made it onto the t-shirt.
Nice.
Wait, I don't know if you've seen this. I'm going to read it out because I think it's pretty impressive merch, if I do say so myself.
At least he'll have a story to tell anyway for like.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like he deserves a free shirt, considering he kind of inspired it, you know. I don't listen to that mainstream shit. I listen to that axe swinging, BC rich shredding shit, that buck fast swinging, smack a fan in the head with a guitar bass shit, that selling packs of cigarettes to kids on tour because no one buys records anymore shit, that brutal government official hating band boy ball busting shit. Yeah, it's basically pop. Yeah, it sounds like everything else. So what? If you want to wear a t-shirt with that on it, go to angrythingsforsadpeople.bigcartel.com. Thank you.
Nice plug.
Yeah. What a URL. Damn.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt, you've been through that before as well. So me and Matt Lunn went watching him in 2014.
Oh.
Yeah. Fucking hell, right. So we were stood near in a front row, and Vil kind of disappeared off stage, and he came back with a bunch of bottles of water. So he's not as cool as getting hit in the face with a bass, but he was launching bottles of water into the crowd, and he decided to launch one underarm. So he threw it underarm full force, and I just saw Matt's face get fucking pummeled by this bottle of water.
At least it wasn't overarm.
Exactly, yeah. But literally everyone stopped, paused, and just looked at him, and Matt was like, "I'm okay."
I'm good.
In which Will apologized to him, and he's like very, very low voice, like saying, "I'm sorry."
No, it was like this. It was just like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh." Like it was, "Oh."
Claim to fame right there.
In it,
Pretty good.
so
I like black.
If
Yeah.
Steven Tyler, if Steven Tyler decked me in the face with a water bottle, I'd say thank you. So
It was impressive the speed it was going because he did the underarm and then it caught someone's hand at the same time. So the arm began to spin. And then where like, wow.
Savage.
Her top as well. Her top, it was straight in there.
I like that you're trying to make a bottle of water sound like
It was
brick at
brutal,
the
mate.
more brutal than it.
It sounded it.
To be fair, I nearly had a black eye from a fucking water bottle, which is the first.
Exactly, mate. You got a black eye from Vil Velo. I mean, that's a claim to fame in itself. So
For sure.
Exactly. Anyway.
Anyway, I'm gonna take a step back a minute. The visual side of the band is unreal.
Oh, thank you.
You plan things with an idea in mind, and then it seems, and I mean in a good way, DIY. You've got like the people you regularly work with, but how do you go about the visual aspect of it?
It pretty much just comes from me, Sam, and Jess. Like the three of us, we've kind of got a bit of a dream team going. I'm so glad we have Jess in our arsenal. We kind of just discuss with her, if we want to do a photo shoot based on a certain thing, or if we want to make a little video, just a little clip of content that doesn't necessarily tease anything or lead towards anything, just because it's cinematic and it's fun and we want to, then we can, because we have her here. But no, a lot of it is just based, like the songs, off stuff that we like, off films that we watch, off music that we listen to, and off just other photo shoots. If you see something you like and you're like, right, well, we can recreate that, but put a little Wargasm twist on it, then yeah. Those we recently did a photo shoot with some blackout lenses, and it was inspired by a Limp Bizkit photo shoot that we saw where Wes Borland's wearing the blackout lenses, and it's like a fisheye lens.
Yeah.
And we were trying to do something along those lines, but they actually turned out a little bit different to the original, but
Nice.
it worked.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is it what you used for the Slam Dunk promo on your
Yeah.
Instagram?
Yeah,
Do you know what? Now that you've pointed that out, but I'd never put that, like, associated it with the Wes Borland photo that I know you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Love it.
that's the one.
It amazes me how underrated Wes Borland is. As an overall
Right?
musician, it is fucking
Have you
insane.
have you seen this? Have you seen this bass he's made? He made bass with a fucking floating tremolo, or like a whammy bar. I don't know if it's floating tremolo actually. I want one, first of all. He's like, if I release this as a signature, would you buy it? And I'm like, yes, I fucking would. Because Sam has his beast.
For you.
Just Milkie of Wargasm. Let's do it.
Oh, that's
Because Sam has his VC Rich Mockingbird, and he can go. But I can, and I want to. So, Wes Borland, hit me up if you're listening.
he is a regular listener, so
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Does nobody
Aim
remember
high.
he had a Yamaha signature a while back, and I'm talking like probably about 10 years ago now, and it was stunning. It was an absolutely stunning guitar, and then I don't think it did that well, and it just disappeared like within the year, but it was so nice.
Yeah, it probably was really nice. It probably just tanked because it was a Yamaha bass. No shade, but my first bass was a Yamaha bass, and it just wasn't that good. It just was not that good. It was a hand-me-down, but maybe that was why.
The pass me down.
I had a Benson bass to start with, so
Yeah.
I mean, you was one step further than me.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, man.
You did not look after that bass.
No, I didn't. I pretty much knocked it everywhere.
That's what your
Everywhere
first
you
bass
can.
is for.
Yeah.
Just swing it.
Used to go in Matt's house. We used to do some writing, and in his tiny little box room, and everywhere I moved with it, as you can imagine, the headstock just got fucking ruined by the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's me in like normal sized room. My spatial awareness is pretty fucking dire.
I do have a weird question that I really want to ask.
Hit me.
The Wargasm Instagram,
Yeah.
it follows 3 people.
Yes.
You, Sam, and Bruce Willis.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Yeah. So what's the question? What do you mean?
Why Bruce Willis?
Why not Bruce Willis? No, we're just big Bruce Willis fans. We fucking love Die Hard, and we were like, Bruce Willis doesn't actually have his own account, so it's a Bruce Willis. Hello, Sam. Bruce Willis doesn't actually have his own account, so it's a Bruce Willis fan account.
Right, okay.
All right.
We just really like
As
Die
close
Hard.
as you can get to Bruce Willis as possible.
Yeah, the closest thing to the real thing.
So would you say that Die Hard's like the go-to top Bruce Willis film then?
It's definitely up there. Wait, I'm gonna pull up his letterbox.
I was waiting for another controversial opinion then.
Let's see what else we're working with Bruce. Why? What's your favorite Bruce Willis film? What do you think's on top? I watched
Sixth
Die
Sense.
Hard 2 with a Vengeance. No, yeah, fair fox. I watched Die Hard.
Unbreakable.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember the
Oh.
first time Sam made me watch Unbreakable
Yeah.
because it was just before we were going to see Glass, and he was like, "Right, so you need to know it's all connected." And I
Yeah,
was like, "Holy shit!" Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson is such a dream team.
definitely.
Is it just me that thinks that he absolutely flapped it with the most recent film?
What, Glass? No,
Yeah. I
it was
just
so good.
It's the ending.
I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember there being a big twist of some kind.
I don't know.
Sin City's a good shout.
Sin City.
Also,
good
fifth,
shout.
fifth Element.
Oh, Fifth Element.
Oh,
stands out
yes.
Oh my
amongst
god,
them.
he's in Planet Terror as well. Holy fuck, I completely forgot because there's so many people in that film, and it's like he plays a like quite a small role, and he dies in like the first 10 minutes. Have you seen Planet Terror?
I've never seen it.
No.
No.
Oh my god! So it's a Rodriguez film, and it was released as a double feature with Tarantino and Rodriguez, along with Death Proof, the best Quentin
Oh.
Tarantino film.
Right.
Hot take. And it's basically Rose McGowan being sexy with an AK-47 for a leg. That's all you. That's all you need to know.
I remember.
It's
I was
fucking
very-
good. And Bruce Willis is in
Woman
that
with
for
gun
all
leg.
of like 15 minutes. So
Ah,
yeah, it's so good. You should definitely watch it.
So while we're on it then, we'll
Yes.
get to our first segment. What is your favorite scary movie?
So I want some clarification on this, fellas. So when you say scary movie, do you actually mean like a horror film or a film that is actually scary? Because like I don't think all horror films have to be scary. I don't think they have to be mutually inclusive. My favorite horror
True.
films aren't scary. They're mostly
well-
just disgusting.
I'm pretty sure we're open to anything, yeah. Just
I
in
mean, for someone who watches a lot of horror films, I actually don't like scary movies. I don't like jump scares. I don't like all that shit. I like, like either creepy shit or like gory, funny stuff. But I remember the last film that I watched that actually scared me and made me feel disgusting was Climax by Gaspar Noé. It's the scariest non-horror film ever. It made me feel seasick. It made me want to cry and like curl into a fucking ball and not talk to anyone. And it's just terrifying. It's just really scary, but it's not even a horror film. So I would definitely recommend you watch that.
What's that one
Also-
about?
what's the premise?
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
Curious now.
So basically the premise is a whole dance troupe of dancers get together and have like a rap party. And someone spikes the sangria and things get a little freaky deaky, and everything just goes a bit downhill from there. And it's I'm pretty sure it's all one shot. I think there may be a few small cuts in there, but it's all meant to be one shot. So it kind of just builds the tension and unease. And I think it's all in French. Gaspar Noé's films are usually in French, so I believe it's all in French. So everything's just a bit fast and like, what the fuck? But I would definitely recommend watching it. But As Above, So Below is also a really good one that
Nice,
always
yeah.
actually scares me. I think
like
that
that
was the
one.
last horror film that I watched that actually like scared me.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when that came out in the cinemas
Mm.
first time, and I've always wanted to go to the catacombs in Paris.
Yeah,
And I
mean, fuck
missed it last
that.
time I was there, but yeah, you wouldn't want to get lost after watching that movie, would you?
No, not at all. But yeah, I don't think scary movies need to, or I don't think horror movies need to be scary, and not all scary movies are horrors.
Yeah, I agree.
specifically.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite fun seeing people interpret that question in different ways because I feel
Yeah.
like you took a smart approach to it, whereas a lot of people are like, I don't like horror movies, but this
But-
scared me when much, you know.
You know what scared me? Alien Resurrection. I never want to watch that film again. That fucked me up. I literally watched it the whole time I was watching it. I was like, I don't like this. Obviously, it's an amazing film, but I was like, I don't like this one bit. Like, I was like, this is disturbing on so many levels. Why does that alien child have a face of a human? And why does it get sucked into space? It's so sad. It's so sad. And Sam made me watch it. I think it was actually only a couple of weeks ago because I'd only seen the first 2 Alien films. So we watched Alien Resurrection because we have it on DVD. And I was just, and that scene when they walk in and she's all like body gored up and it's all like, Lovecraftian as fuck. Terrifying.
Yeah, the far out them films.
Fuck that film.
Yeah.
It distresses me. I don't know if you could tell by my face. I'm just like rethinking it in my brain. It really upsets
Reliving
me.
the experience of it.
Really upsets me. Yeah. Fuck that.
So did you have any horror? I know, like going back to what you mentioned before. Did you have any horror films or anything like that that influenced any of your songs, or any films in particular that stood out?
I mean, Jennifer's Body is a big one that's kind of an influence on life as in general.
Yeah.
An incredible horror film. So
I
good.
love that horror film.
It's so good.
Do you think it's grown some sort of like a cult following after its release? Because I feel like at the time it wasn't as praised as it is now.
It totally tanked. It totally tanked at the box office. And do you want to know why? They kind of they marketed it completely wrong. I actually watched like a video essay on this the other night because it came up on my recommended. And I was like, oh, basically Jennifer's Body was completely marketed wrong. They were going for like completely wrong audience. Basically, on the front cover of the poster of the film, it was just Megan Fox looking sexy as she does, and it wasn't really marketed as a horror film. No one really knew it was a horror film. They just kind of thought it was like a Transformers type action film with Megan Fox as the lead. And if they'd marketed it towards teenage girls, I think it would have done absolutely stellar at the box office because it's basically like a gay cult classic now at this point. Like in like queer film circles, it's like very, very highly regarded. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a cult classic, to be honest.
I've not seen that one in a while.
Justice for Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
That's the new trending hashtag. It's replacing the Snyder Cut. This is now the new thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Sam said he wants Sam.
I've done it. I did it.
4 hours. 4
all
hours.
4 hours, baby.
All 4 hours.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm
Do you know
pretty
what?
sure Sam said it was a waste of 4 hours.
It's better. Let's just leave it at that.
That's not hard. That's not hard.
Anything is better than what they released originally.
To be honest, personally, I feel anything is an improvement of watching any superhero movie. And this
Ooh.
I'm very open.
Coming in with the hot takes now.
No.
Yeah, I got to keep the theme going, Milky. You started something.
We rewatched all the Marvel films recently, and I still cried at Endgame again.
Yeah.
Even more this time, if not so.
Samuel L. Jackson had the best death on that, didn't he?
I loved Captain Marvel so much because I fucking loved the Nick Fury backstory. I was like, finally, yes. Also, it's a great film. I don't know why I got so much shit. I mean, I do because people fucking love to hate on women, but like, I totally know why I got shit. But I thought it was great. I saw it in the cinema, and I thought it was very good.
There was the whole eye patch thing where it just came from literally like
a cat.
Yeah, a cat scratch.
So cute.
It came from? I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what the best superhero film of all time is, though? Daredevil.
The Ben Affleck.
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some pointed silence. Yeah, the Ben Affleck one where he's a blind lawyer by day and a latex PVC wearing kinky like crime fighter at night.
And Kingpin comes down that elevator shaft with like Pharrell in the background.
Yeah, literally. I'm pretty sure that was the first time I heard lap dance. So there you go. That's an influence.
Full circle.
Daredevil, full circle. It's so good. Also, it has an incredible Irish villain who enters to Top of the Morning by House of Pain, which is so good.
That's a. I was going to say it's a classic there, but I just remembered that part of that film. But did you watch the TV series?
I did. It's a bit too much for me. I feel like a lot of the Marvel TV series focus a lot on like very specific like violence against women, and like I don't like things about people getting abducted. It freaks me out, so I don't like watching it. Jessica Jones was the same as well. It's like I get it's like the badass premise, but it was a bit heavy for me. I didn't like watching it. And also there was not enough. There was not enough evanescence in it compared to the film.
No,
the film has 2 evanescence songs.
Slow mo and everything's like slightly blue.
I don't get the hate. It's so good. It's so fucking fun. It's so stupid. I love it.
It's not like Batman Returns having is it Batman Returns one that had thingy on it? Seal.
Oh yeah.
Also, what an odd pairing that is, but that is a brilliant film. Like Tim Burton did some of the best Batman stuff. I know that's controversial as well compared to The Dark Knight, but I did love Batman Returns. Like Michelle Pfeiffer as the Catwoman.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is so good.
Yeah.
Iconic moments.
Have you seen that
I've just had a flashback to... Oh, go on, mate.
Sorry, that video of Michelle Pfeiffer one take whipping all the mannequin heads off, like, perfectly.
That's my kink.
Have you seen that take?
Is that for real? Is that like
yeah,
so legit?
Perfectly, it's sick.
Sorry, guys. Dog's just
sorry.
She's wanting a bit of love.
Oh, what's her name?
Suki.
Oh, hello, Lucix.
Look, Suki. Who's this?
Oh,
I love that this
sweet.
just got interrupted by Suki.
For those who don't know what's going on, a dog has just walked into the frame, and I'm extremely happy. Oh, look at her.
She's got a Suki Doo collar on. Her own little Scooby Doo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show us that properly.
That's so.
Not without knocking everything.
Does the Scooby Doo movie count as a horror film? Because I remember it being very scary when I first watched it as a child.
Scrappy Doo.
Yes.
Scary, wasn't it?
That was fucking scary.
There you go.
That movie was kind of terrifying.
There you go.
Oh, that's so cute.
So chilled she is.
She's like, what the fuck is happening?
I'll roll with it.
Good girl.
Love it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Right. Yeah. So we got the last segment, which is yeah, it's a nice segue. What are your pet peeves? So what pisses you off the most in life? It could be like the pettiest thing you can think of, because we've had all sorts of stuff. So yeah, go ahead.
I can only say one, because there's lots.
You can go off
oh no, you just pick her. Yeah.
Oh well.
Go on.
Let's go.
Wait. There we go. Take your fucking rubbish with you if you go to the park, you absolute cunt.
Oh,
Jesus.
definitely.
Sorry, I don't know if I can swear, but I just did.
Of course you can, yeah.
Why would you leave your rubbish with you if you go to the park? Who fucking raised you? Literally, like, what? That's such a weird thing to me. 90% of people on Twitter, worms for brains. No, I will not expand on that. People taking your packages and signing for them when they're clearly not their package. I've had like 2 packages that have from FedEx, both from FedEx. My pet peeve is fucking FedEx, honestly. Yeah, don't sign for my fucking shit because it's not yours. That's mine. And my retail therapy is the only thing keeping me going through this lockdown. So stop taking my things that I'm paying for. People hating on Jennifer's Body. It's a great film. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I think that's me. That's
nice.
I think that was perfect.
Thank you. Cheers.
I think they can relate to that first one though. I've seen a lot of that recently. As soon as a bit of sun's out, everyone's on the parks and all the shit gets left behind.
I just don't understand it. How is it so hard to put shit in a bag to put it in a bin?
Because
if you brought it there,
if you brought a bag,
take it back.
Exactly. I genuinely don't understand who these people are, but if you're one of those people, I don't like you. Like, I just straight up.
That was a message from Milkie from Wargasm.
Fuck you. No, yeah, people are weird. I think people should be more considerate.
Absolutely. Given like we've all been pent up in a house, locked away. This, sun comes out. We're all excited to go sit at a park, the least you can do is take care of what's around you.
Yeah. I want to play some gigs in a park,
Ooh.
to be honest, when it's sunny. That sounds like a good idea of a socially distanced gig.
Yeah. You get away with that dead easy.
Yeah.
I thought you were just doing it on the premise of just stirring people out, making sure they take the lift, like the
That
rubbish.
too.
Yeah,
Hit them
Like,
with your bass
like-
if they don't listen.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Comes into use.
Maybe we'll do like a PSA, a concert. You know, you can come, but you have to take your litter. And if you see anyone not taking their litter, beat them up on
Trot
my
them with a
behalf.
bass.
Yeah.
Take a bass.
BYOB.
Yeah, at the
Beat your
entrance.
bass.
Yeah. At the entrance of the show, just like everyone gets past like a precision bass. Just
Yeah, those will nut you. Jesus Christ.
Oh, they will indeed. Yeah, everyone has to bring their own full scale bass because mine are all small and me sized.
Oh man.
Right, I think, yes, that does wraps it up to about 8 o'clock, which means it's time.
It's
for
Godzilla time!
Godzilla.
Woo!
So before you go, huge thank you for coming on. Would you like to plug Wargasm that people should obviously be listening to already?
Thank you. Yes, we have some stuff coming out very, very soon in the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Our vinyls, which are actually all sold out, so I can't really plug them, but I just want to gloat for a little bit. They're all sold out and they're being shipped on Monday. So vinyls are coming soon. And yeah, we will hopefully be touring soon. We're playing with Youngblood and Creeper and Holding Absence and many more to be announced very soon.
Ooh,
Exciting.
Can I
Yes.
just mention before you do go and we do this
Yeah.
fake goodbye, those balaclavas were fucking sick.
Thank you.
Like,
Shout out
they're
to Lucinda
insane.
Graham, my very good friend from Belfast, who is a sustainable fashion designer, and she does lots of cool shit, including making balaclavas, which we have collaborated on. Also, all sold out. Sorry, guys, but look out for them on eBay.
Oh, that's a shout.
yeah, good point.
I mean, I'm sure at least one or two people there must have copped them to resell.
There's always them people, isn't there?
Oh, there's always
Everywhere.
one.
There is.
Another pet peeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, resellers, fuck you.
Mhm.
Ticket touts, fuck you. I feel like Axl Rose and Get in the Ring.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sick.
That's the next
Yeah.
Wargasm show. But anyway, Milkie from Wargasm, thank you very much.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you so much for having me, guys. It was lovely to chat and get in my hot takes about films. I have many more if you want to do a part 2, trust me.
Oh, absolutely. That's so
Always open invite.
Lovely.
That was a bloody good episode, wasn't it? That was episode 49 of an Earful podcast with Milkie from Wargasm.
And don't forget to go head over to angrythingsforsadpeople.bigcartel.com to go get your hands on some tasty, one-of-a-kind Wargasm merch. And if anyone's got a balaclava...
Tasty.
Tasty. If anyone's got a balaclava, hit me up because I missed out and I want one. If not, go stream Wargasm because the riffs will get stuck in your head. Yeah, and a big thank you to Milkie for taking the time and chatting with us.
Yeah, and as you were at the beginning of the podcast, don't forget to check all of our socials out if you already haven't. Jump on YouTube to watch the video to this. Highlights are on the Hardcore project, and there'll be much more content as well coming soon. And this Discord is there as well if you want to join it for bonus content. If you want even more content from us, like memes, film suggestions,
Pet photos.
yeah, pet photos, anything really, just jump on there and yeah, just have a chat, get involved. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Next time, thank you.
And if you enjoyed the episode, give it a share.
Oh, fair.
Oh yeah, that's a special thing. And a little like as well if you're on YouTube.
Just a not a dislike. Although if you do
Give it a dislike,
I mean,
by all means.
just go for it. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, just spread the love.
That's what we were talking about. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.